What's up, guys? Okay, we're gonna do a quick review off of today's trade. Now, I already took the trade. You can watch the trade on my there was another video posted already, but I want to make a review because this trade was just perfect to the T, perfect to the T. All right. So as you can see here, we're looking for shorts. My analysis was looking for shorts because it touched Asia highs, so I was expecting like this pattern go down, go up off in the morning, and then we just go down. Now I was right, but it extended a lot up further than I anticipated. I really didn't think it would catch up to here, but it did. And honestly, I said it in the video too. I said it. If it goes up to there, that's fine too. I'll wait for a short right there. Perfect. Oh my gosh. It was just perfect day. All right, but let's review it. So I was originally waiting right here. You can see a breaker structure, but it did not give me equilibrium outside the equilibrium. All right, so we just went up. I'm like, okay, ignore that. We're gonna have to wait for a new one. I'm still looking for the shorts. I'm not looking for longs. All right, I'm looking for the reversals. We're already going up. If it was already going down, I would have looked for the longs. But anyways, so boom, breaker structure right here, then here, then here, then here. Boom, I finally find breaker structure. Okay, jackpot, easy. Extended a little bit down, but that's all right. I'll wait for my equilibrium. Test equilibrium, but doesn't go down. I'm like, bruh. It just goes up bit by bit by bit. Let's be patient. Let's calm this down. Let's keep it like a little 10-minute video. Alright, but anyways, it's like 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, anyways, it just goes bit by bit by bit by bit. At this point, I'm like, I'm sitting here on my phone scrolling on TikTok, and I'm like, bruh, like, come on, do something, Nazi, do something. It don't feel me calling it Nasdaq. So there's a breaker structure right here. If once we get a red candle, we can form equilibrium, target these highs, but I don't know. We did tap these lows, so that's why I would want to like look for long. Whoa, that extended way up. I'm getting distracted. Let's just see how much I can. 70. Wow, almost 90 points. Anyways, sorry, chat. Let's get back to it. Where was I? Yeah, so bit by bit, this is going up. Now I didn't know that at the time, but this is forming low resistance, low draws on liquidity. Yeah, low draws. Low draws of liquidity, but I didn't know that at the time. But we're gonna ignore that, right? I see this breaker structure, and like, ooh, okay. Now there's two things I noticed after the trade. Now I do have to critique myself with this is the point of this video, by the way. This is the point of this review, to critique myself, because this trade was a freaking plus. All right, we got this drawn look. We hit this liquidity spot right here. Boom. Now this was the original liquidity spot right here, off of the highs in the pre-market right here, and we rejected. I'm like, oh, okay, this is looking nice. You can see here I was ready, but you can see right here I was ready too, because it broke structure right here instead of here, but it just went up, right? And so like I said, if it hits right here, I wouldn't be mad. Boom. And honestly, I didn't want it to hit right here because it did on NQ. Let's go back like 5 minutes. You can see right here, it did on NQ. At first it did on NQ, and it did it on ES. So I was like, oh, SMT. So if you can get a breaker structure and equilibrium, that's perfect because we have an SMT. All right, I'm gonna go over the two things I need to critique myself real quick. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, so low draws of liquidity forming right here. That's nothing to see. But anyways, you see, this is just going up. There's no breaker structure. At this over around 10:20 to 10:30 is when I start looking for new breaker structures, because I'm like, this is just going up. This is an uptrend, obviously. So I'm waiting for a new breaker structure. I'm like, oh, will this breaker structure? No. Will this breaker structure? No. Will this breaker structure? I'm like, hold up. This actually did break a structure. So I'm looking carefully at this, and then boom. Yeah, just from green to red. And yeah, so if one's a red candle, I'm like, okay, we go down. Oh damn, is it just gonna go down? But like, no, because then it just goes up. I'm like, hold up, okay. Now the thing is, when we get these major pop ups, we usually get those major pops down right after. I don't know why, but we usually do. So I'm like, I know it exited out equilibrium, but I want to look at this very carefully. So boom, it goes down. I'm like, okay, ooh, I'm gonna look for the short. I'm waiting. I entered at the last 5 seconds right here. So technically I entered on this candle. Oh, technically I entered on this. Not really technically. I didn't enter on this candle. I entered on this candle, but I was looking to enter on this candle, and I should have, because it would have entered me right there. But still, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so like, yeah, I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting for, let this form a block outside, because I don't want to be wicked and it just goes up. So I'm waiting, and right here was going slow. I'm gonna explain the process bit by bit. Right here was going slow. Real quick, actually, real quick. So after I noticed this big pop red down, I'm noticing, then the next candle happens. But I'm noticing, wait a minute, hold up, look at these lower draws of liquidity right here. I draw a line, I'm like, okay. Then, we're going down. Let me hop onto Trader Bay real quick, enter the trade real quick. Then boom. I see that, I see right here, like, let me go over again. Right here, it was going down, but then I see, boom, big spikes down, going up like that. I'm like, hold up. I wait for it to go up, but then I enter, but then it goes right back down when I enter. I'm like, that really didn't matter to me. I didn't even care. But I'm like, oh, okay, boom. We're in the red a bit. I'm like, oh, not too worried. I'm confident in the trade. I was actually really confident in the trade. I put my break even right here. Break even gets tapped into about 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes into the trade. Wow, this extended way up. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this extended way up to the trade. So you can take a long off of these bounce. Wow. And you can see here, you could take a short, like it hit right here and it rejected a lot, so you could take a short right here. That's a good sign. I really wouldn't do that though. That's not a strat. Anyways, let's start getting distracted. Yeah, so break even gets tapped into. Target 50 points. You already know me. Break even right here. Now, I do want to hit break even less, but in order to do that, I need a green candle to be in my stop loss, so I can minimize the loss right there, because this stop loss was perfect. This whole trade was perfect, because I'll explain to you in a minute, because it was above right here. So if price goes above this price, that means my trade was invalidated. My thought of the trade was invalidated. I was wrong about the trade. And so if a green candle goes up right here too and exit me out, then I was invalid. My trade was invalidated. Like, I was wrong on the trade, and we could have got up higher, and I saved myself from hitting full stop loss. So hope you guys know that. Let's erase this real quick. Okay. Let's just manually exit this. There we go. So yeah, that's why I didn't minimize my stop loss. I only minimize my stop when there's a green candle in my stop loss, but there wasn't, so I immediately put it to break even. Anyways, this candle does scare me, but then after it closes, I'm seeing it as a rejection block. I didn't put it, but still, I'm seeing it as a rejection block. So this is looking green. This is looking good. My point of control at the moment, at that time, was in my stop loss, but I'll show you real quick why I did like this trade. You can see it wasn't my stop loss, but there was a lot of volume on this area too, so we would bring in volume down into this area and using this volume to bring it down even lower. That's what I was hoping for, and I was right. And I say the point of control being on my stop loss, that's not really good. Could you be using the man and go up? Yes, but as you can see, it was being used as a bounce. After it gets disrespected, breaks it as resistance, I would now see it as it's not gonna be used as resistance. So the equilibrium being right here is good. It's fine, honestly. And if it does pop back up, but anyway, if it does, it was below equilibrium. If it does pop back up, it would have bounced. In my opinion, I really strongly would think it would have bounced, went down lower, minimize my stop right there, and then if it goes right there, then minimize stop and stopping it from hitting full stop loss. But yeah, we were just patient, looking to manually exit right here. But I was like, this is looking good. Let me look, and then boom, hits. It was getting really, really closer and closer to a full TP, and I just let it ride, and then boom, full TP. It was beautiful. Now the two things I need to check, I need to check myself with is looking at the higher time frames. Because if you look at the 5-minute, this trade was beautiful. Why? Because we form a McDonald's. All right, this McDonald's you'll see a lot, and you will see that it plays out a lot of the time. It plays out a lot of the time. Double top right there, boom, beautiful. And yeah, it just played out beautiful. Oh my gosh. And another thing is, I need to look at ES as well, because what do we see? High, lower high, ES, high, higher high. What is that? An SMT. This trade was A plus across the board. There was literally nothing wrong with it. Maybe the equilibrium, I mean, no, not the equilibrium, a bit of the equilibrium, but I saw this big respect, so not really the equilibrium. But what I meant to say is, maybe the point of control being on my stop loss, but it blew past my stop loss, but blew past point of control, so I knew it wanted to be used as support now. So this trade was, this trade was like A plus across the board, and I want to show you guys. And this is why, and this whole trade, I was being patient. I was not FOMOing. I was a robot. You gotta be patient, chat. You gotta be patient. This trade was A plus 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 across the board, chat, and I love it. I love it. Look at this. And I could honestly, if my strategy acted as targeting drops of liquidity, oh my gosh, 130 points hit, or 160 points hit. If my trade was drops of liquidity, stop TP1 would have been right here, and then let it ride. If my strategy, but I'm targeting 50 points because I'm on a consistency rule, so I can't really do that. But and I like my 50 points, honestly. I see other times when I target draws of liquidity, it usually hits TP1 just gets break even, which is fine, which is cool. But I'm gonna target my 50 points. I'm fine with that. I've been doing that a long time. That's my whole strategy. So I'm sticking with it, guys. Stick to my strategy, and just like. But yeah, that's it. That was the review for today's trade. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Imagine taking this on 5 micros. Imagine just taking this on multiple accounts. And that's the plan real soon, chat. That is the plan real soon. But, oh my gosh. A plus across the board. Come on. You got to give me props, gang. You got to give me props. We could take a long off of this right here. If it goes above here, could take a long 50 points. Who knows? But I'm one and done. I locked myself out of the account already. That's it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Watch how I took the trade live on my YouTube. I'll see you guys later. Peace.